What is an everyday carry slingshot? Well, to me, it has to fit a few requirements. One, I have to be able to carry it easily, obviously, stick it in my pocket or my backpack. Two, I need to be able to set up the bands easily without any tools so I can have a quick band replacement. And three, I want to be able to shoot it good. Comfortable, easy to shoot, and fun to shoot. In this video, I'm going to go over a slingshot that was provided to me at no charge from HX Outdoors. It's the Acurion slingshot. I'm going to show you what it looks like, what you're going to get in the box, how to set it up, how to adjust your bands to the correct length, and how to shoot it. Stay tuned. Alright guys, when you get this slingshot here, you're going to get the whole package deal. What you're going to get is a slingshot, and you're going to get 3 band sets and some clay ammunition to shoot. The packaging on this is very well put together. I like the way the foam insert is. Everything is really nice looking. The presentation is beautiful on this one. The slingshot itself is an aluminum alloy, so it's a metal slingshot. It has these clips on the top there with thumb screws, so no tools are required. Thickness is pretty decent on it. Overall width is 85 millimeters. The tips are 22 millimeters, so it's going to fit a lot of slingshot bands, and a lot of styles of shooting can be done with this slingshot. If you look at the handle on there, it has lots of grip, which means that I can hold this thing even with a wet hand, muddy hand, or a sweaty hand. You're not going to have any slippage. It's a pinch grip style, so you're going to get a really good purchase on this thing. Nothing should be slipping in this period. Let's go ahead and look at the bands. Don't know what thickness these bands are, but I can tell you that they're cut at 8 inches. This is a very long band for a short draw style shooter, which is what I am. I'm going to briefly touch on how you're going to tune these bands to get the most energy out of your ammunition and the most fun shooting experience. Short draw is what you're probably going to start with. Most people start with short draw shooting. What that means is you're going to have an anchor right at the corner of your mouth approximately, and then you're going to have your slingshot fully extended all the way out. In order to measure your draw length, you're going to take either a tape measure or a piece of string and hold it where you would hold your pouch. You're going to measure out to your fully arm extended, and then you're going to measure it. So you're going to pretend like you're shooting the slingshot. You're going to measure from here to here and get that measurement. My measurement is 30 inches. Good rule of thumb to start with is you want your bands to be approximately 5 times divided by that. So 30 inches divided by 5 would be 6. What I would do for my setup is cut these bands down to 6 inches. It's going to give me a very good starting point to get my ammo to not have too much of a arc and get a pretty good shot at least a 10-meter distance, which is what a lot of people shoot at starting off. If you're just target shooting, if you're very beginner, 10 meters is a good range, about 33 feet. You can always shoot longer, you can always shoot shorter if you need to start. But you want to have your bands shooting efficiently. So measure this out, divide that by 5, cut your bands to that length, and you should have a good starting point. A band set cut to my liking, which is going to be about 6 inches, so it's down to what I consider a tuned band for my draw length. We're going to need to attach these bands to the slingshot. Back at the beginning of this video, I said one of the things that I want an everyday carry slingshot to do is to be able to attach bands without tools easily. Let's go ahead and take a look at these clips here. So what you're going to do is you have this thumb screw. I'm going to unscrew this enough, not all the way, because there's a spring inside of there. If you unscrew it all the way, you may lose that spring, so just do a little bit. When you push that, you're going to see these clips open up. There you go. See that? What you're going to want to do is get that band down far enough to where it gets attached tightly and securely. You do not want that band coming off. So once you get your thumb screw opened, you go ahead and push it open like this, and you get your band in there all the way down to where it sits on that ledge. And now we're going to just push this back tight. See how it crimps it around? And then you screw this thumb screw down. Now that is tight and secure. Once you have your band secured, they should look something like this. So you're going to have it close to the outer edge there. See on the outer edge, that's where they're attached. You can move them around, but in my opinion, the outer edge works best for me with short draw, just because I get a good line of sight that way. When you're shooting a slingshot, you want a very good line of sight, everything to line up, so that way when you shoot it, you get a clear sight picture of your target, which moving the bands on the outside helps me. Does it affect the actual shooting of a slingshot? No. Do some people shoot it in the center? Yes. But for me, if I was a beginner, I would want the most clear sight picture possible. And in order to get that, I would like my bands right on the very top of this corner of the top fork there. We have it banded up. So far, it's proving out to be a very good slingshot. I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to HX Outdoors. They did send me the slingshot at no charge whatsoever. They just wanted me to give them an honest review, and I'm doing the best I can to do that for you. So far, it has been proving to be good. I could easily put this in my pocket. The thickness of it is not bad at all. The thumb screws I thought I wouldn't like, but I kind of like it because if you have bigger fingers or not that much strength in your fingers, these screws will attach these bands tightly, securely, and safely without needing any tools. So the ease of carry is there. The ease of attachment and setup is there. Now we need to shoot it. Let's get a good couple of shots in and see how it performs. We have it set up. We have a target down there. We're at approximately 10 meters, which is a good starting point. Got your bands nice and secure. Everything is tight. The way you're going to want to hold this is a pinch grip style. You're going to put your finger around the top, thumb around the bottom, and you're going to grip it like that. Your thumb screws are going to be facing the target. There is a bevel on this back edge to help those bands kind of have a smooth surface to touch. A nice little tiny spot there is where they're going to hit the top of the forks, which gives you a good angle to shoot. Everything lines up just right. So now you need to put the ball in the pouch. This is your pouch here. It has 3 holes in it. You're going to put the ball in the center pouch. You're going to take your thumb, you're going to put it on top of the pouch. You're going to take your index or your pointer finger, and you're going to go ahead and put it on the bottom. You're going to want to pinch the ball, and you're going to try and get an equal distance top to bottom. You don't want to roll it forward or backwards. If you do that, it will affect your shot. So you want to be in the center. This is the best way to get the ball to go as straight as possible. Now we need to learn how to aim. I'm going to flip the camera around and give you a quick rundown on a good beginner aiming process. Okay, we have our target down sight. What you're going to want to do is try and get your forks to line straight up and down. You want your bands to look like it's just one band and not two. So if you don't want it spun this way or spun this way, you want it straight up and down. And you want to put your target right at the upper corner of that fork on the top. I'd like to take a moment to thank you all for watching my videos. Subscribe if you're interested in slingshots. My content is basically all slingshots, a few slight variances, but mainly slingshots. I do have a paper plate up there. What I'd like to do is put a set of bands on there that I like, which is Omega Electric White, and these are 0.5s, and these are cut 25 to 12 taper. And I'm going to see if I can get any shots on target here, kind of off center because of the sun. But let's see if we can get anything. We are at 10, we're at 10 meters. So very first shot with this band set is very far off. Don't let that discourage you. So it is 85 millimeter, so I know I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. This is exactly why I shoot paper. Okay, so all my shots are super high. Okay guys, so this is the first plate here. Clip was up top, my anchor stayed the same, aiming point stayed the same, but all my shots flew up high. Why do you think that is? Well, there's a few reasons. The main reason is that this slingshot is smaller than I shoot normally. I normally shoot a 90, this is a 85. So what does that mean to you? I'm gonna have to make a change somewhere, somehow, in order to get that target back to where I'm hitting consistently. You can do that one of two ways, in my opinion. One, you can change your anchor. I could bring it up higher and bring the shot down, or I could bring my target aiming point down and bring just the shots down. I'm going to try changing my anchor. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to see if I can get closer to the target. let's grab that one and take a look. So there's always going to be people that say never change your anchor. There's always going to be people that are going to fight you on things, but you need to figure out what works best for you. So I'm going to go back to plate number 1 here, right? We were high and to the right. I brought my anchor up a little bit, and now the shots have come down a little bit, a little closer to center. I have one more up there. I'm going to try and get this down a little bit closer, see if I got 5 shots in my pocket or not. I know this may be a little bit boring to some. I got to get more ammo, but this is how I dial in a slingshot. Okay, I have a fresh batch of ammo in my hand now. I have a new target up there. This will be my final target, and I think that I can probably get it a little bit closer. Finally, we have it dialed in. This is the process that I go through with every slingshot that I shoot, just to get a feel for it. Let's walk down there and see how that one did. I finally got it where I want it. So after you go through the motions of learning, this is a grouping that you're going to want to get. Especially, I always mark up top where the clips were. Especially if you're going to hunt, you're going to want a tight group. This is a tight group here, in my opinion. You can get there too. You just have to practice, and you have to make adjustments. You have to know the basics of slingshots. You want to stick true to your form. You want to have a good form. Don't develop any bad habits. I developed a bunch at the beginning, but I was able to overcome them. And we all still have bad days. I miss quite a bit sometimes, but I consider myself a fairly accurate shooter. If you go through the motions, if you use consistency, consistent band lengths, consistent pouch release, consistent anchors, everything should line up. But to shoot a slingshot, the theory is simple. I practice a lot when it comes to new slingshots, and I like to switch slingshots a lot. So you may not want to at the beginning. You may want to stick with just one. The Acurion HX Outdoors slingshot is a good beginner slingshot. I do have a link below in the description. Click on that and it'll send you directly to their page, and you can pick one of these up too. Once again, thank you for watching. Sub if you are interested in this kind of content, and thank you HX Outdoors for supporting my channel and sending me a slingshot to review. Have a nice day. I wanted to shoot one distance shot. I'm going to hang this Starbucks thingy up about 22, 23 meters out there, and I'm going to take a couple shots at it with this guy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I set it on the top, right next to that bird, on top of the fence line here. Alright, let's see if we can get anywhere near this thing. Got it. Second shot. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.